Ready to go.
Okay. Wait, I don't know where Robbie went now. I lost him.
There's no sound, so you can turn yourself.
We're just waiting for Robbie Goggle Eye to get to his office.
Yeah, they're checking some of the connections.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. A little slower than shit, but now I'm on. Okay.
We can hear you, Trav. Your hand is up, Trav. Hey. Hey, we're ready to go. Ujuanin Minugajib, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the regular RTC meeting, April 7th, 2021, and Net Lake. Spiritual advisor Gene Goodsky did the invocation this morning at his home. And so that has been completed already. And with that, I would like to call the meeting to order. Roll call, Wickle,
Kathy Chavers,
here.
David Morrison,
Here.
Travis Morrison,
Here.
Shane Drift,
Here.
Peter Boney.
Here.
Okay, everyone is here, so we will do approval of the agenda next. Do we have any additions or deletions or changes?
Yeah, I just got a couple of changes here and additions myself, a couple here. Need to move Barbara Dean to the front of after the consent agenda.
Yep.
Then like to add Pam Hughes with resolution 2021 Wilder survey, and Kim Greiner with a voluntary agreement with HUD.
Okay, slow down.
All right.
Pam, okay, we'll put Pam Hughes after Pam Parson, and we're adding the resolution what?
2021 the Wilder survey.
Oh, okay. And what else is Pam having?
That's all I got in front of
Oh,
me.
okay. All right, and then did you say Kim?
Yeah, Kim with a voluntary agreement with HUD.
Okay. Where do you want Kim at?
She can just go right behind Pam.
Okay.
Hughes.
Where we're gonna
Volunteer.
put? Where we're gonna put Kim?
Right behind Pam Hughes.
Okay.
And then under mine there, right before the contract with St. Louis County, I have the Duluth Urban Office lease.
Okay. Okay. Any other changes or additions or any deletions? Okay, if not, I'll call for a motion to approve the agenda with those changes and additions.
It's coming up, right?
Moved by David. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Next, we have the approval of the minutes from March 17th, 2021 in Net Lake.
I got a couple of things.
Okay.
Let's see here.
It is on the, I just saw it. It was when we were talking about the parameters for the health reserve account. I can't remember where I saw it. Oh, right on the first page.
Oh, okay.
During approval of the minutes, Shane Drift said a meeting with Dan Milbridge should be set up to discuss the parameters on what the health reserve can be used for. And just to let the band members know that we did meet and we did draft up them the guidelines, the parameters, and they are being sent to the tribal attorney. And that was a good step in the right direction for us. Also on page 2, where it says toward the middle, Kim Grana said the band will be getting the same pots of money. The council has to strategically plan what the money, to use the money for. And thinking about it, and then listening to some of the band members, is that what we need to do is if we're able to do more CARES Act checks for the band members, is to start planning for them maybe well into 2022. If you want to do 2 this year, and if we're able to do 2 more, maybe do 2 more in 2022. And set aside money just specifically for that. And I think that's all I had.
To follow up on Shane's comment there with regards to setting up stuff for 2022, with the American Rescue Plan, the starting dates, of course, are going to be this year, 2021, but the ending dates for a majority of the funding probably will be 2024. So that it's not going to be similar to the CARES Act where it's just 1 year. It'll be about 2 to 3 years, 2024. So, you know, some of the projects before were really rushed with the CARES Act plan. And like Shane is saying, you know, plan out for the next 3 years or 2 years, rather than just doing one distribution or whatever that may be. The other thing on the minutes was the BIA funding. Kim said she got an email from the BIA. The BIA will have a meeting on March 25th to discuss their funding for Central Time Zone tribes. Kim and I and the council attended some of those meetings, or attended that meeting, and it was basically consultation with the tribes to do discuss a formula that the tribes would like to see implemented with the BIA funding. Because there's going to be BIA funding, there's going to be really a lot of money for tribes, not just the direct payment to the tribes, but also there's going to be home ownership money, there's through housing relief, and there's going to be the BIA, the IHS. So the BIA, the tribe did send in our comments on that with regards to what we wanted to use. And one thing tribes are fighting for is tribal certification, which means our own enrollment numbers, where before we weren't consulted with the CARES money. So some numbers were used and they were incorrect. So we put in for tribal certification numbers, which is our enrollment numbers. We also used what's called used to be called the TRIP report, or it's basically people that we serve in our area. And Kim, it's around 6,500, I believe, or something like that. For that number. And then I think we use land base, number of land acres we own. So that was Boyce Fort's comments. And so the BIA will get all that information and then they'll determine the funding formula, but we did sit in on that call. So just to let you know on that one too. Any other comments on the minutes? Okay, if not, I'll call for a motion to approve the minute. Oh, yes, Dave.
Oh, say on that same one there where it says Kim Griner said the band will be getting the same pots of money. Do we want to say pots of money, or do we want same amounts or something? Or do you want to leave it the same pot?
I'm trying to think of a different terminology to
Oh,
use.
same sources. The amount is going to be different. How about sources?
Same sources of money. Very good. We'll change pots to sources.
That didn't look right.
Okay. All right. So we'll make that change to that second paragraph there where Kim Griner said the band will be getting the same sources of money. So we'll change that from pots to sources. So do we have a motion to approve the meeting minutes with that change for March 17, 2021?
Move.
Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yep.
Okay, opposed, silent, motion carried. Okay, next we have introduction of new staff.
Okay, first we have Pam Hughes up with Rachel Isham.
Okay. Good morning, Pam.
Is Rachel on, Robbie?
I actually can't see Ed's one that runs. Who's
No,
on.
I don't see that.
Oh, okay.
Is she on?
Ed said she's not.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Should I still introduce her?
I would just introduce her anyway, yeah.
Okay. So our new substance use prevention specialist for Nett Lake and Vermilion is Rachel Isham.
Good. All right. When did she start, Pam?
Well, I want to say it was in January.
Okay. Well, good. We're glad that you got your position
Yeah,
filled.
she's doing an awesome job. She works very well with the youth and their families.
Okay.
Does a lot of activities over at the clubs.
Boys and girls clubs?
Yeah, and she's actually even started like a substance use page on Facebook, and she does a weekly blog.
Hey, Pam, is it possible for people to get in touch with Louise about links that they could maybe go to see some of the stuff they're doing?
She worked
Okay,
with
good.
Louise
Good.
on the blogs and stuff like that. So
Good.
Yep.
Great. Well, good. We're glad you got sounds like a really good employee here.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Pam.
Yep.
Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, next we have Travis Baki with 3 employees here.
Okay. Good morning, Travis.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. I believe my 3 employees are all here and logging on. If you guys could turn
Yep.
your video on so they can see you. All right.
Hi,
So,
guys.
I am proud to present to you all Ashton Villebrun. She is our new full-time employee at the Nett Lake site. She has also stepped up big time for us. Since Wendy has taken some time off, Ashton has filled in as the supervisor while Wendy is away. She started in January with us as a part-time, and we have already bumped her to full-time and supervisor when Wendy's gone. So that is Ashton.
Welcome, Ashton. Great job. Congratulations.
Welcome. And mute.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Nice to see young people. Yay.
And from our Vermilion side of the reservation, we have Melissa Goodsky and Dylan Goodsky, our 2 new employees. Melissa is our full-time employee and Dylan is a part-time employee, which we hope to bump to full-time in the near future. Jesse speaks very highly of both of them, and we are very excited to have them on board.
Welcome, guys. Congratulations. We're glad that you're working with us. And the kids, wonderful.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Aboard.
Welcome aboard. Glad to have you guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Or guys.
Keep up the good work,
Eddie-
everybody.
Eddie, can you let David in? David was able to hop on.
Okay. Did you hear that?
David
Hey,
Jordan.
David, can you turn your video on? There he is.
Hi, David.
Thanks for hopping on, David. David is our newest employee at the Net Lake Boys and Girls Club. He's a part-time employee. He also works at the gas station, so he's helping us out in the afternoons with the kids. And we are very happy to have him on board. And Wendy speaks very highly of David as well. So welcome, David. Thanks for hopping on.
Congratulations, David. Thank you for working with our Boys and Girls Club. We appreciate all of you. It's hard to get people into positions, especially with our youth. They're the ones that need people at the Boys and Girls Club. So we appreciate you all working with us. Great.
Welcome aboard.
Yep. Bonjour and thank you. Welcome.
You're
Hey,
muted,
Dave
Dave.
there.
Chubbs.
Welcome,
Welcome
Dave
aboard, Chuck.
Senior.
All right, that's
Good
my
job.
new
Keep up the good work,
employees.
guys.
Thanks for
Thank
hopping
you.
on, everybody.
Miigwech.
Thank you.
Any more staff? Rob?
David had a call. Yeah, next we have Jenny Rowland. Did she get the link?
Hi, Jenny.
All right, we made it.
Hi.
Hi. Well, I'd like to introduce William Big Bear. He's one of our new bus drivers, and he is Teresa Morrison's son.
Hi, William.
Hello.
Welcome aboard. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome
Look
aboard.
forward to working
Congratulations.
with you.
Welcome aboard.
Bonjour. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Good luck and keep up the good work. You'll do it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Any more, Rob?
All I got right now.
Okay. That's nice to see a lot of people. Okay, next we have the consent agenda. We have approved the Boys Fork Code for non-commercial netting of fish in the waters adjacent to the Vermilion Reservation in the expanded netting zone. Adopted resolution number 78-2021 COVID-19 Transportation Assistance Program Guidelines and Application for the Duluth Urban Office. Approve the community member licenses for Laserfish for $5,000 for 2,500 community members. This is for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. Approve the contract for DocuSign with a limited waiver of sovereign immunity. Approve the contract with Pitney Bowes with number 2 addendum for limited waiver of sovereign immunity. Approve the request from Robbie Gogolite to sole source from UHL in the amount of $18,549.32 for fixing the boiler when it went down last heating season. Approve the reopening fitness centers phase 3 plan. Approve the request from Dave Anderson to sole source the agreement with Advanced Minnesota in the amount of $91,000 to provide sheet metal arc welding certification training. The training will be held May 17th through June 25th and held at Masabi Range College in Evelyn, Minnesota. That's the extent of the consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the consent
Hey, Pat.
agenda? Yeah, Chief.
I did have a, on the approval of the boys sport code.
Yes.
I was wondering, I know we did a poll on it and stuff, but I was wondering, because of the last year's thing with Fond du Lac and coming into the waters and stuff, I was wondering if we could expand that a little bit.
That would be something we'd have to talk with conservation about. I believe they expanded some of the areas, and if you see the map,
And yeah, we also have a huge number of more netters this year. Looks like that was probably one of the things. I know last year we discussed about going across from the reservation line over to, I believe it was the park across the lake. My mind went blank.
Hoodoo Point.
Yeah, I believe we discussed going across the Hoodoo and then everything down at Pike Bay. You know, with the more numbers of people we're getting, I think it'd be a good idea. I really do.
okay, we'd probably have to do an addendum or talk to Tara about that, but right now this is the code that was approved and there is an additional zone. Eddie, is there a possible way to put the map on the Zoom?
Yeah, send me the map.
What?
Send me the map, I can put it on.
Okay. Robbie, can you send him the map?
I'm working on it here.
Good. Just for everybody's information, they're gonna send the map, put the map on the Zoom meeting. I guess for everybody's information, is the lake open over there, Chief?
There's a little patches of ice that are moving around out there. So if you're gonna be out, please be careful. We lost one net this morning, but we found it. But I mean, they are moving.
Okay.
The ice is moving.
Okay.
And I believe it's open on the other side, the other side too, in Pike, Everett Bay, and along some of the shore on the other side. But
I know
please,
I know some people have started netting already, so.
yeah, there was about this morning I think there was 6 nets out.
Get it, Ed?
Here, I got it on here. Do you want? Would it be easier if I give you this one?
Because I know that, due to COVID too, a lot of people are netting more and more. That's good. We want people to be out exercising their rights. Oh, there you go. Right there, Chief. There's the netting zone there for everybody's information under Peter Boney's name there. So that's the netting zone for Vermilion that was approved. And I believe Chief is talking about expanding that even more due to the amount of netters we're going to be probably getting. So we'll be looking at that way. Okay.
I would just go across.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Chief.
All right.
Okay. With that, do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Moved by Travis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Chief. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Hey,
Opposed? Silent, motion carried. Okay, next we have Barbara Dean, leasing coordinator on for the residential lease list. These are the Cedar Grove lots. It's a lottery drawing for these lots, so it's not anybody picking the lots. It's basically going to be a lottery draw. And these are the lots in Vermillion that are available. And we're going by the waiting list that Barb has presented to us. So there will be a lottery draw for these lots, and they're residential lots. Good morning, Barb.
Are you going to draw? Who's going to draw you?
I can talk.
Okay.
We're just gonna go in order.
Morning, Barb.
Good morning. Where's Kathy at? Maybe she should come in here too.
You want me in there, Barb?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you. I'm coming.
So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do the first one. This person and whatever number he comes up. Good morning. Hi. Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. This is all in your packets. Number one, whatever number he gets is the black. Okay. And we'll just go down with the yellow. Okay. Okay. So.
yes, that's the
What I need to know is the,
Are they all the same number?
oh, no, okay, wait now.
Oh.
Move them around a little bit, shake them up, yeah.
I got the
So
first
what,
one.
so what I need is the fire number.
Want to read it?
Okay. Oh my God, it's 1472, number 3.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead, I'll read it and you can draw.
Oh,
Go ahead, I'll read it. Because he's older than I am, so I can see him.
and we should probably announce the names.
Go ahead,
So the number one draw was for Elmer Bojan. Can you read?
Yep, Elmer Bosey, got lot 1472.
Yep.
Elmer Bosey.
Okay, lot number 14405.
Ron Bosey. 1440.
Feel like we're calling bingo numbers.
Okay. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Steve. Yep. Next, we have 1468, number 4.
Chelsea Mason.
Can you see, Barb?
Did
I read that right?
6, 8, I don't have my. I should get my glasses. Thought I could read it without. Oh, there we go. That definitely helped. Okay, 1468.
Yep.
Okay, Chelsea Mason is 3. Okay.
Okay, next we have 1450. It says 7.
And that would be Felicia Mason.
Okay.
There you go, Chief. Put it in the, already done.
I am.
Sorry.
Okay, oops, shoot. I dropped it. Next lot is number 1464.
Charles Garola.
Oh, shoot, I shouldn't close them because I'm gonna, okay, we'll go. Okay, verify that again.
1464,
Okay. Number
Charles
26.
Garola.
Okay. Okay. My gosh, these are tiny. Lot number 1432. It says 7. Yeah.
Adrian Whiteman, 14327.
Bingo. No, just kidding. Okay. Next, we have lot number 1424, and it says 9 on it. Okay.
1424, Jennifer Sundell. Sundell?
Sunstone. Sunstone.
Sunstone. Okay.
Okay, next we have lot number 1460, and it has a 3 on it.
Marissa Rose, 1460, Marissa Rose.
Okay, next we have lot number 1454, and it has a number 4 on it.
1454, Allison Strong.
Okay, next we have lot number 1456, and it's got a number 6 on it.
That is 1456, Brady Bodo.
Dash their names. Try, you know, just. Okay, next we have lot number 1436. Oh my God, I think that's a 6 on there. Yep.
1436 would be Tija, Larry Connor.
Okay. You can mark chief up there. No. Okay, next we have lot number 1428, and it has an 8.
1428 would be Vanessa Little.
Last one. Last one. Here's the last lot. And this is number 1466, number 1.
1466, Muriel Deegan. Bingo.
Okay. All right. And that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Rodine. Nice shoes.
Yeah.
Kathy, you're muted.
Someone keeps muting me. Just kidding. Next we have Danny Paradas and Shannon Walls, and they've got 3 items. One is a community food systems project letter of support. Second item is finalize MOU with Boys Fort Food Sovereignty and Sustainable Agriculture Group. And number 3 is Land Access Alliance Tribal Government Consultation. Hi, Danny.
Bonjour, hello
Bonjour.
everybody. Good
Hi,
to
Shannon.
see you all. This is Shannon Waltz. She's going to co-present with the Land Access Alliance portion.
Okay.
So we'll go through the other 2 first.
Okay.
So
You got the floor.
There we go. The first is, it's called the Community Food Systems Project. It is funded through the USDA. Essentia Community Health Program is going for this grant for up to 4 years. It will fund a Essentia Community Health educator that will do the coordinating for local foods instruction that would range from home food skills, from cooking to preservation, to working with AEOA, which is another partner for workforce development. And so at Boys Fort, really exciting. Mavis Drift already said, awesome, yes, welcomed in for this project, the community kitchen space at both ENPs for up to 3 hours of instruction per month. Becky Gowboy can do cooking instruction for indigenous foods and healthy organic foods, as well as food preservation. And so with this, there's also an opportunity to pilot with the Indigenous Food Labs through Sean Sherman and the sous chef. We're still working out the details on that. And then the other part of this at Boys Fort is potentially putting up 2 raised garden beds in a housing development. So I haven't talked to Teresa yet on that point, but once it's funded, the planning of it and starting of it, hiring that coordinator to do the logistics wouldn't start until September 2022. So we have a ways for planning. Right now, Essentia Health is developing a letter of support. So I don't have that handy for you today, but I will get it to you. And again, it's for the community kitchen spaces at Net Lake and Vermilion for up to 3 hours each place per month, and then welcoming us going to housing and asking for spaces for 2 raised garden beds in a housing development.
This is really awesome. You know, I really like the fact that we're getting into foods and indigenous foods at the same time, just because, you know, we can grow our own crops, we can, you know, do our own thing, and it's healthy. It'll help with the, you know, the diabetes and preserving the foods. I mean, I know that back in the days, a lot of people did canning and all that kind of good stuff, you know, with the berries and even the meats. I've seen canned deer meat, and I've heard it's very good. So, I mean, this is awesome to get the opportunity for some of us, I'll say middle-aged, not really younger, from middle age, younger, and even the older people teaching us. And, you know, I know Becky's got her own farm and does a lot of indigenous foods and also a lot of gardening and whatever. This is an exciting project.
Yeah, we're really hoping it goes through. It is very competitive. So we'll see. And in fact, an update on that Gather Food Sovereignty grant we were going for to hire a coordinator. Unfortunately, did not get selected. So where and when we can, we'll keep networking and pursuing these, these partnerships, because I think, you know, that's really the way forward. Since Boys Fort is small, these partnerships are really gonna slow and steady make progress in this way. So.
You know, and that's one thing we realized is that sometimes we can't do it by ourselves. But if, you know, especially with the competitive grants out there, but if we can partner with other agencies or other individuals or other organizations, that's the way to go. So this is just awesome. I really want to thank you for that, Danny, for being a part of this. Any other comments for Danny on this letter of support for the Community Food Systems Project?
Good job, and thank you.
Go ahead, Jane.
Good job.
Okay.
Thank you. And I will say most of the behind legwork on this has been done by Essentia and the Iron Range Partnership for Sustainability. So I definitely, and by no means want to take, full credit for this. It's there, there's this wave that's coming towards us where, our issues and are rising to that level of awareness where people are starting to really do the outreach and act on it. So it's really,
That's great. You're our contact, so that even works better. Thank you very much. Do we have a motion to approve a letter of support for the Community Food Systems Project with Essentia Health?
Move.
Moved by Travis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried.
Shane
Yay.
McGuetch, thank you very much. All righty, the next thing on the agenda, we've been working on this quite a long time. It's been very humbling the past few years, been learning a lot of patience and more humility that we can't force things into fruition. We just come back around to them when the environment and yeah, the timing is right. So here we are, Indian time, but we have for you a finalized MOU with the Boys Fort Food Sovereignty and Sustainable Agriculture Community Advocacy Group. We'll probably, again, still at some point go under renaming, but for now that is what it is. So the last time we talked about this, why it wasn't finalized at the October meeting was we were hoping that Boys Fort Tribal Government could provide us a 10% cap as a fiscal agent fee. And talking with Robbie and Kim after that meeting, it is not a viable option for the band. And so that piece has been removed. So any grants that go through Boys Fort would follow the normal indirect cost rate, unless, of course, the funder explicitly says that's not a viable expense, which worked out well with our Indigenous Foods Foraging Gardens with the Boys and Girls Club. They Honor the Earth said they couldn't go to operational overhead costs, so all of those monies are going directly to the project. So that is the only change from the last time this was presented, was that 10% fiscal agent fee was taken out. That Gather Food Sovereignty grant I mentioned before, we were hoping to hire a part-time coordinator to meet and kind of structure the capacity for the group to implement its responsibilities under this contract, that part 4, where we would, continue to pursue financial resources for education and training in sustainable agriculture for tribal citizens, hosting educational opportunities on or near the reservations. We have a curriculum, all of these good things, but for now, we're just gonna kind of do something this summer, figure it out. We started with now to gather information from folks with a time capsule project where we are inviting all tribal members to write a letter to our descendants 100 years into the future.
Oh.
And then take that data, those stories, the vision in July, and work backwards to see, okay, what can we really do to set a good foundation? Because, it's been slow and steady progress. This is multi-generational work. What can we do to set up our generation right now to influence the direction and trajectory of our next generations to get into sustainable development, healthy living, and to really feel empowered at the individual tribal citizen level to live as an Anishinaabe in a modern way, whatever that looks like to our community. So that is going to be stored at the Heritage Center. So big miigwech to Jalen and the Heritage Center for holding that for us. So yeah, this is the MOU. I don't know. Yeah, that was the only change, was that 10%.
Okay. The one thing I really like about this is that it's also gonna, your group that you are gonna have together with this is gonna participate formally in the development of a Boys Fort Tribal Food and Sustainable Agriculture Code. I really like that because it's a new code. We haven't really looked at food sovereignty at all. And so this is a new path we're taking, but it's great. It's wonderful. So
yep. And on that, so after July, once we have the data, the University of Arkansas has a model tribal food and ag code template, where once we have the data, the voices, the input from the community, to use that template and adapt it to meet those needs, wherever we're at. So where I was thinking this could be, you know, a template created maybe within 1 to 2 years. I anticipate it's probably going to take more to 3 to 5, and then after 5, implementation.
Good.
Yep.
Wonderful.
So rolling with natural Indian time. Thank you guys for your grace and understanding. Slow and steady.
Thanks, Danny. Any questions for Danny on the MOU? It's passed through legal and is ready to go. So
Good job.
Good job, Danny.
Good job.
Okay, good.
Yeah, shout out to Renika Love and Corey Goodbird, who have been actively involved in this work too.
That's
Couldn't have made
good.
it this far without them.
Wonderful. Do we have a motion to approve the MOU with the Bois Forte Food Sovereignty and Sustainable Agriculture Group?
Move.
Moved by Chief. Is there a second? Second by David. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Silent. Motion carried. Good job.
Yay, achievement glitch, everybody.
Yay.
Good job, Danny.
I think to stay up on this, I'll commit to reporting quarterly. That's just me to vocalize, make sure I keep coming back and stay out of my little hermitage. All right. And so for the third part, very, very humbled and privileged to be a part of this with Shannon Welts here. So about 8, 9, 10 months ago, this white man had brought a bunch of people together and said, hey, on my land about 30 years ago, I had noticed that there were these treaty rights that were written into a deed of some sort, that we had the at least the right to travel through private lands. And from that, his work over the past 30 years has been promoting local foods and pretty much food sovereignty principles, but they call it, local food movement, using sustainable, regenerative farming practices that are good for the environment and start to heal the land and the people that work with the land and those that eat the food. So this Land Access Alliance, its main objective is to increase access to private lands for farmers and Indigenous peoples in northeastern Minnesota to cultivate food sovereignty in an equitable way. And I just have to read, there was an infographic that the group produced, and this is really empowering for our future, for this to be acknowledged by Chmokman Voices. This group, let's see, the land is viewed as something that can be owned as a piece of someone's property. Most agricultural land is owned by white people. This alliance is working to reshape our understanding of the relationship with the land we live on, to provide access to the land to cultivate the food sovereignty in an equitable way. So we have now this time where, the Land Access Alliance is ready, and its main goal in the next few years is to network private lands from white owners or whoever wants to donate, but they're primarily white, to put those lands either into a trust with the Alliance or to provide access with mentor farmers for regular sustainable farming. So that's the main model. I always get carried away with the Indigenous food sides of things and start talking too much on that. So I just had to make sure to state that no matter what, Land Access Alliance is moving forward with that as its main, at its core. So, and that is open to BIPOC, which is Black and Indigenous people of color, as well as women farmers and landless farmers. So we don't want to cut off opportunity. I've been feeling there's a lot of still similarities growing up on the range between low-income non-natives and their struggle as well as ours. Of course, with drugs, everything, substance abuse issues, there's a lot of similarities. So there's the main farming model. Now, why we're here talking with you today, of course, would be for support for the main model, but we have an opportunity, if we wanted to partner, on asserting 1854 hunting, fishing, and gathering rights on private lands in the Northeast Territory. There are some liabilities, and so we're exploring those more with UMD. Tad Johnson has been involved. Doug Thompson is a natural resource lawyer who's working with our group. And so we're treading lightly and not asserting treaty rights in any public way or as part of the programming. Again, the main model right now where it sits is with regular regenerative farming. So if the band wanted to work with this Land Access Alliance to increase access to private lands for hunting, fishing, and gathering, we definitely welcome that. If the band is feeling it's too risky or just not interested, definitely the Land Alliance would no longer, have it as even a consideration or as a concept for its movement forward. And it can just stick with that main regular regenerative farming access on private lands. And this was really exciting. A couple weeks ago in an email, it was proposed by members of our group. I didn't put it out there, and I was really excited to see it put out there. I was like, I don't know if they're ready for this yet. But, with all the publicity for the land back movement, someone put it on the table to say, hey, what if we networked private lands back to the bands? Which is pretty exciting in whatever way would be meaningful for not just Bois Forte, but Grand Portage and Fond du Lac tribal governments. And you guys are our first, since it's my home team, came to you guys first to talk about this. And it's just up for, discussion. We're not asking for anything, but just to see about your insights into, that kind of like an option A, asserting the treaty rights, and then option B. And then I'm going to pass the torch, I apologize, to Shannon to talk about our model for this Land Access Alliance and kind of the heart of its governance piece to make sure it's immediately accountable to our community.
Hey, Shannon.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the space to talk with us today. I just really appreciate that. And Danny, thanks for that amazing introduction. Nicely done. I was just going to quickly share that as we've been developing this process, it's been like core to this organization and the people who have been working on developing our mission and our values and our organizational structures, that it be based on a collaborative leadership model and really rooted in community engagement and community decision making around this project and accessing the lands and meeting the needs of the communities we're working with. So that has been really core to us. And we've been talking to a lot of people. We've been figuring out where partnerships really make sense and how we can support. There's just so much good work being done about this food sovereignty and food lines. So there's just ways that we can support other work that's happening and have people support us. And so it's been a great journey, and we've been trying to be really intentional and move with purpose and not just hastily to make sure that we do this the right way versus just dashing forward and maybe not being as helpful as we intend to be. So that's been really important to us. And so, yeah, like Danny said today, I'm really just excited to hear your thoughts on the project and any connections or interests you have that you think would be meaningful, because that's what we're about. So thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. This is actually a totally new concept that we've been approached with today that was never even discussed or thought about. I do have a suggestion that what would be the possibility of you presenting at the 1854 Treaty Authority meeting, and then we can invite Fond du Lac there too, as well. So you have all three bands there to discuss the whole issue. So we're all at the table together. I think that would be very beneficial for you to kill two birds with one stone there, kind of like, and that way I believe we have a 1854 meeting quarterly. We should have one coming up pretty soon, but we can get you in touch or give your contact information to Sunny at 1854 and get you on the agenda to discuss, and then we'll invite Fond du Lac over as well. How's that sound?
That'd be incredible. Chimagwech.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for offering that. So we've reached out to 1854 and talked with Marley and Hillary.
Okay.
And they fielded some of our questions to Sunny, and we haven't had a conversation with Sunny directly, but I did send him a copy of, you know, our new kind of little one here. So he'll be prepped on it. Thank you.
Great. We'll put it on the agenda. We'll ask that it get on the agenda for the next meeting, or we'll even set up maybe a separate meeting with Fond du Lac, just so you have that tribal consultation with all three of us then, and then that way we're all at the table and we can all hear what everybody's saying. So we found that works best for us.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'd like to just say that one thing too is when you're going to do your presentation, show the difference between like the conventional farming and the runoff, and how that the runoff affects, you know, the water and all that, opposed to the type of farming that you guys are proposing, and show the difference between the two. Show how this one's, but your guys' way of farming is going to be way better than the conventional farming. And because of the runoff, you know, that's a big problem with the runoff. And you see the pollution and all that. Yeah. Well, that'd be a good idea to add that into your presentation.
Brilliant. I love it. Thank you, Shane.
Okay, so we'll get in touch with either Danny or Shannon with regards to when that meeting will be. And we'll get a hold of Sunny and have him set something up with us in Grand Portage and Fond du Lac. So how's that sound?
Amazing. Thank you, Chimagwech.
No problem. Okay, thank you very much for the presentation.
Have a lovely day, everyone.
You
Thank
too.
you. Yes, thank you very much.
Miigwech.
Miigwech. Gigawabaman.
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 Okay, next we have Angela Wright, St. Louis County contract for family base. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning. I have the St. Louis County contract for the family based outreach services for fiscal year 2021. It's $44,300. It provides the parenting and independent living skills, and it employs one staff person. It's been reviewed by Jeff.
Okay. And this is our family-based worker?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Just a annual funding. I mean, how long have we had this agreement? It's been quite a while.
I've been here 25 years, so it's been way before that, I think.
Okay, sweet. Any questions for Angela on her contract? If not, I'll call.
The total is that 44,300?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the St. Louis County contract for family-based services?
Move.
Moved by Chief. Is there a second? Who seconded that?
Dave.
Dave? Okay, second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Good job, Angela.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Simona Benner with the revision to section 901 of the personnel policy. Hi, Simona, how you changed? Oh, there you are. Hi. You're muted.
Whoop. Okay, so I have the personnel policy revision, which is adding in the old code of ethics language. And it starts at 901.7 all the way to 901.19. We just took language out of the old code of ethics that we have used in the past and put it in the work rules. And then we are also taking out 902.20, violation of the Boys Fork Band of Chippewa Indians Code of Ethics.
Oh, okay.
Because it's no longer there.
Okay, so it's just basically taking one out and putting other information in that attains to that.
Correct.
Okay. Any questions for Simona? And Simona, once these are approved, will you get the updated code or the updated section out to staff?
Yes, as soon as it's approved, I'll email it out.
Any questions? Okay, if not, I'll call for a motion to approve the revision to section 901 of the personnel policy, adding an old code of ethics language to 901.7 all the way through to 901.19, and then eliminating 902.20.
Yes.
Due to the recent revision of the code of ethics. Do we have a motion to approve that revision effective today? Or when do you want it? Because really, if it's effective today, you know, we'll make it effective today because staff hopefully will get it right away through their email. Yep. Okay. Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Good job, Simona.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too.
Okay, next we have Damon Day with the facility use form. Morning, Damon.
Morning, everybody.
Go ahead, Dame.
Yeah, I got the facilities use form. We got it finalized by the lawyer, I believe. And he sent back a couple of adjustments on it. I got the adjustments fixed on here, and whatever you guys, I don't know what happens next from here. So
Basically, it's a form and policies regarding the use of the tribal government building.
Yeah.
And it also addresses the COVID issue as well. And that's the purpose of it, is right now for the COVID issue, correct, Dame?
yes, I was just I mean, yeah, I wrote the thing up. It's just that where do we go from here now from getting this approved to the so people can get it from the front desk is what my question was. I'm sorry.
Yep. Yep. And we can put it on the website too. So if they want to download it, they can, or get them from the front desk at the building here. And it's, you know, of course, we have a lot of wakes or funerals that people use the building for, and those will be given first priority. You know, in case somebody schedules an event and let's say somebody passes and, you know, they need the building to do that, they would be given priority. The part I like about it too is the policies there. It's really quite simple. There is a small fee if you're going to use the kitchen of a, if it's going to be generating revenue or if it's for nonprofit people or for profit. So it's not really a lot. The other thing I like is items to remember when using the buildings. Make sure you contact the facilities management 1 hour prior to closing, which means are all the stoves and ovens turned off? You know, a checklist to make sure that they've done what they need to do. And then the facility manager designee will make sure all the doors are locked. So it's a nice building. It's for Net Lake and Vermilion, and it's got a map. Very good policy and form, and very good.
Yeah, it was a little hard getting both reservations onto one form at first, but then it's kind of fell into place, and here's what we come up with. So I'm pretty proud of it.
Good. Any questions for Damon on the Boys Fort facilities use form, policies, and other forms on there? It's all incorporated into one. If there's no comments, then I will call for a motion to approve the facility use form effective today for the Boys for Tribal Government buildings, Net Lake and Vermilion. Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Chief. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Silent? Motion carried. Good job, Damon.
Awesome. Thanks.
Get copies to the front desk is right away.
Yep. I'll go over there right as soon as I get off the phone here. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next we have Melissa Wright with agreement for annual Hearth Connection grant for new fiscal year. Good morning, Melissa.
Morning. So this is just our annual housing agreement. So this is kind of our Hearth Connection program is kind of broken down into like two versions. We have the services, and then we have like the subsidies. This agreement that you guys have is for the subsidy version of the program. Just basically authorizing Hearth Connection to allocate subsidies, and then we in turn then give them to our participants. One thing to note, new this year to Hearth Connection is that they have now implemented a portal system for all their contracts, budgets, and other documents. And so even though we have the hard copy here in front, and then you'll sign that, when you do sign that, note that you'll be authorizing myself to then upload the agreement signature page to the portal system to electronically sign the band's approval. But this is, like I said, the housing agreement for those subsidies for our program.
Okay. And Melissa, just a little background for the council members. The Hearth Connection has been up here for quite a while now.
I believe, yeah, since 2008, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a long-standing program, and a very good program that, you know, I was the case manager for many years and seen firsthand what, you know, this program and the resources that we get from Hearth Connection and the model and everything like that helps band members who have had long-term homelessness get housing, and then we work with them to keep it. And we've have some band members that now, you know, had gone from never having their own apartment to now they've been living there for 6+ years. So
Good.
definitely a good program.
Good. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that you get X amount of clients due to the funding, and then you follow those clients through from beginning with, you know, the initial intake until getting housing, and then those supportive services for those clients to make sure they're successful.
Yep, and we stay with them even though after they get housed, we continue to work with them as long as they, you know, see fit. Still want the services. You know, sometimes we just might back a little bit with how often we meet with them, but definitely we stay on with them until they feel that they're fully, you know, stable enough to not need the services. So
very good program. Any questions for Melissa on the agreement with the annual Hearth Connection grant for a new fiscal year? And I believe you work with David O'Leary also.
Yep. David O'Leary is our regional manager, but right now Hearth Connection is they lost their executive director, so he's being the interim person
Okay.
for that. So
Good. Okay, do we have a motion to approve the agreement then for the annual Hearth Connection grant for the new fiscal year 2021? Is it 2021? Yeah.
Yeah, I just had one question.
Okay, Dave.
Melissa, would they ever consider building a home for anybody, or do they just help with
not this program. This program more or less is like the services and then the subsidies. So kind of being able to have that scattered site model, which kind of allows us to place them anywhere. Well, not anywhere, but within our service range, and then with, you know, landlords that will work with such type programs. And so Hearth Connection really doesn't like give the funding for like building a home. There would have to be a different approach to that.
Is there any programs within that organization that would consider building a home, or
I
within
think
that
that would be a different grant probably that we would need to pursue for the actual structure of building a home of that capacity and things like that.
Okay. Who made that motion?
Me.
Travis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Good job, Melissa.
Good job, Miigwech.
Okay, next we have Travis Vaki with a letter of award and a contract for Minnesota Indian Affairs Council language 2-year grant and a CSBG grant amendment number 1. Morning, Travis.
Muted. Muted, Trav.
You're muted, Trav.
Darn it. Good morning. Thanks
Good
for having
morning.
me on. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so first one is some great news. It's just an informational for you guys. We were lucky enough that somebody recognized the food programs that we ran through the pandemic so far at the Boys and Girls Club locations here at Boys Fort. And an anonymous donor donated $50,000 to the Boys and Girls Club of Boys Fort that's restricted for our food programs. So basically what we have done is, in addition to the meals that we're cooking for the kids, we also provided, when we had the Minnesota COVID Food Fund grant, we provided a weekly take-home bag to all the club members. And then the community members, if they were in need, they could also call either location to pick up a food bag, or we could arrange for it to be delivered to them. So I'm happy to report that we will start doing that again this month. And yeah, and I mean, it's not often you find a $50,000 donor. And if you guys read the letter of award, there's some reporting that we have to do for the donor that starts in May. So we have to get going on this right away. And then it sounds like there's potential for them to maybe continue to donate if they're pleased with how we spend the money. So it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I can't tell you how pleased I am with Jesse and Wendy and how those clubs are running right now so efficiently. And we're getting new members every day up there. It's just a great program right now. I'm so excited for it. So
I want to say congratulations to the Boys and Girls Clubs for their efforts, because it also gives a sense of community, how do I want to say it? Being involved with the community in a way too, not just within the clubs themselves, but offering community members the opportunity too. And so I just think it's like where you get a $50,000 donation, anonymous donation, you know, that's just key. And I just want to commend the Boys and Girls Clubs for doing a great job. Got a great crew so far.
Great job.
Good job.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say to the individual or individuals that donated the 50,000
Yes.
to our clubs, awesome. Chimigwats from the bottom of my heart to whoever you are. Thank you.
Behalf of the council too, it's like, we don't very often get donations, and I think, especially of this magnitude, and, it comes at a good time, you know, when people are struggling, and, the kids are, being a big part of that. And, again, like Shane said, Chimigwich on behalf of the council for the anonymous donor.
Yeah,
We
pretty
appreciate it very
amazing.
much. Yeah.
Pretty amazing. And you know, and I'll just tell you that I got another donation in the mail yesterday. Just out, you know, it was a $300 donation, which I'll bring to the next council meeting. But you know, it's again just people are recognizing the good work that they're doing at the clubs, and
Good.
So
Good.
More to
Thanks,
come.
Travis.
Cass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, could we maybe we'll get a plaque or something that we could put up by the Boys and Girls Club with maybe the Boys and Girls Club logo and the band, our band logo. Then maybe put a something thanking
The
the
anonymous
donors, and
donor,
then
yeah.
put this you know,
Oh, yeah.
this person that donated the 50,000, then put the amount, and just maybe we could come up with some wording or something. Maybe Travis could come up with some wording or something. So
Sure.
thanking them for the donation, and then we could just have it there. And
yeah,
if there's any other donations, we could just add it, like that $300 one.
Yeah.
And if they want their name put on it, we could put the name of the donor. And
yeah, that's a good idea, Dave. Yeah, we can do that. Good idea.
Thank them.
Yeah.
Yeah, great idea. I'll definitely, I can definitely start working on that.
Okay. Good. Thank you, Travis, for that information. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Good.
No problem. Well, more good news. The second item I have for you is the MIAC language 2-year grant. The contract that you have in front of you is for year 1. Another contract will follow with year 2. Jeff did approve of the contract. He did add some language in there to make sure that we don't waive sovereignty or anything like that. This contract is for $51,818.18. And like a lot of grants that I manage, its end date is June 30th. So we, Jay will have a spending spree coming up here to get this grant spent out. But if you flip to the budget portion of the grant, there's personnel and fringe for Jay's salary in here. The majority of the grant is for equipment. We decided this year to purchase heads and headphones and new voice recorders, so Jay could use that recording the elders. We also are going to get some stuff for the radio station. There's also marketing built into this budget that will strictly be given or advertised through the radio station. So we felt like that was important to get them some funding as well. But it's I'm not sure how I got involved in this. I don't even remember, but anyway, I got it finished up for you guys, and it's ready for a signature, and then we can start spending.
I see, Travis, also that there's a year 2 will be filled with planning a language camp for year 2, but you're planning it in year 1, and then you're gonna use some of our language speakers, hire them or give them a stipend for the language speakers.
Correct.
And then for editing the recordings. And I think it's good because we need to start documenting again. Our speakers, our fluent speakers, and our elders are, we're all getting up there, and you know, we need to retain that knowledge somehow. And using the radio station is a really good way of getting the word out in the community. So.
Yeah, and we felt like it was important to include those stipends because you know, they're doing us a favor by taking time out of their day to talk in the language so we can record it, we can, you know, get it distributed. The radio station is going to play them on the air. And the language camp, I think, is going to be a really cool thing. I'm pretty excited about that. Jay's got some great ideas, and he kind of had a plan in mind when this came to be. I'm just happy I was able to get the grant finalized for him. So he'll be the primary contact. I'll help him out with reporting just to make sure that it stays on track and it's done on time and stuff. But he's kind of my go-to for this. I don't know a whole lot about the language, and he's the expert. So, but there is also indirect built into this, which is a good thing. So.
Travis, I know that we talked about this before for the second year of funding, is that for us to utilize this money to create basically a book, or maybe even two books with the language, you know, like this, in the same format in the Ojibwe Monoman book, you know, that 1 and 2, where we could do that same format, utilize this money to create a books, and also CDs, so that way our language will be preserved that way, and people will be able to learn it. It'll be there however long the book's in print.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's lots of potential. And like I said, this is mainly year 1. So year 2, we'll have to submit another narrative. And so, you know, when Jay and George and I meet, you know, we'll include you, Shane, so we can go over expenses. And I know there's some other tribes from Teaneck that have done the book and the CDs, and some have done the Rosetta Stone. There's different avenues to explore with that, definitely.
I really like the video recordings, because I know a lot of people have difficulty with wondering if they're pronouncing it correctly. You know, that's key because of the double vowel, or the, you know, where the pronunciation is, you know, I mean, it's just, sometimes it's difficult in a written form, but we'll have written and video, so, or taped. That'll be really neat. Good. Any questions for Travis on the contract for the Minnesota Indian Affairs Council language 2-year grant, which this will be year 1? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve this contract.
Move.
Oh, moved by Dave.
Second.
Second by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Okay, Travis, next you have the CSBG grant amendment.
Yep. So this is more good news for me rather than for you. But basically, what this amendment does is it gives us an extra 6 months to spend the money. So instead of the due date, the expiration date being 6/30 of this year, 2021, the new contract expiration date is 12/31 of 2021. And this is the $25,000 grant that we get every year through the CSBG.
That extra 6 months helps, because I think a lot of the, not just the programs, but a lot of the reservations, a lot of people are so focused on COVID that sometimes the regular duties kind of come to the wayside, and then you're figuring out last minute how to spend this money. So getting that additional 6 months is wonderful.
Yeah, very helpful. So I just need a signature on that one, and we're golden.
Any questions for Travis on the CSBG grant amendment number 1 for the extension of the end date? Nope. Okay, if not, I'll call for a motion to approve.
Move.
Moved by Travis. Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, second by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, silent, motion carried. Good job, Travis.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Next, we have Pam Parson with the sole source request for agreement for MedTrainer learning management and compliance software in the monthly amount of $1,350.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning, Pam.
Morning.
So I'm here seeking approval for a sole source request to purchase MedTrainer, and that's a learning management and compliance software. MedTrainer is an all-in-one learning and compliance management platform for healthcare that is cloud-based, meaning anyone who uses can access MedTrainer from any device at any time. We looked at a couple, so we started this process, I would say mid-February. We put together a team to look at different software programs for compliance. We looked at Healthicity and we looked at MedTrainer. Healthicity was strictly compliance, and MedTrainer has that learning management component, which is going to be really helpful for the tribe. So how MedTrainer works is we can set up administrators who can easily assign different trainings to staff. They can set due dates for completion. We can monitor training activities. There'll be dashboards so administrators can see at a glance what training has been assigned, if any training is due. Reminders are given to employees, but also to the managers. If it's overdue, the system sends the reminder to both the employee and the manager to ensure that the compliance training is done. So it's got different modules that are added. So the first one is the learning management system. And so MedTrainer has over 300 topics, training courses that we can utilize. And it's going to be in a number of different areas. So when we put our team together, we pulled in our nurse manager, Danielle Lampa, who is interested in looking at this for some training for some of the nurses that we have. Looking through it, I think we can also get our training for our lab staff completed through there also. What's nice is we can also upload our own training courses. So if we've developed a specific training course, we can upload that right into the system and still monitor and oversee it that way. Staff will like that they can print off their certificates of completion. It also may be helpful for our safety officials. So with some of the modules we're looking at purchasing, our safety officials should be able to utilize it also. And then our billing will also have administrative rights. So what we're looking at, we negotiated the price down. So when we first started our conversation with them, the price was like, I think 15 per person. And then the add-on for policy and procedure management was an additional 200. They gave us some references of different tribal organizations. So I spoke to someone at Fond du Lac, and they really supported MedTrainer, encouraged us to get it. It has been very helpful for their health clinic. And then I talked to someone at Sault Ste. Marie tribe in Michigan, and she basically sold me on the program. They're 100% compliant. All staff are 100% compliant with their trainings as a result of this. And that's kind of amazing because, we struggle with training around here. So in negotiating, she told me to contact MedTrainer back and tell them that we wanted all the add-ons and we needed the price lowered or we wouldn't be able to purchase it. Well, I'm glad she told me to do that because they lowered the price and they gave us all of the add-ons.
Nice.
So the add-ons are going to be contract management. So contract management is something that our billing department will be able to utilize to monitor our contracts. So it's as simple as uploading our contracts and then setting them due dates for reminders to be given out to the owner of the contracts. So that'll keep us up to date on our contracts. Right now, we're doing paper, and tracking with paper is not the greatest idea. We also are looking at the policy and procedure management module. And what that's going to offer us is, first of all, is going to give us some templates, and some templates that we can utilize if we need to develop different policies. So that will help me figure out where we're at with policies and procedures and kind of ensure that we're closing all the gaps with our policy and procedure. But what's really nice about it, so right now when I develop a policy and anytime it gets changed, I have to track that policy from the original to the change. And so it can be a little bit cumbersome. That will automatically do that for me. It'll also ship out to different people for signatures if we need that. So that's going to be a really helpful add-on for us. The next one that they threw in was safety plan management. And so this one will include our safety officer. And what they'll do is they'll help us with the safety plan, management of their safety plan, updating our safety plan, setting the dates. You know, we're supposed to be doing fire drills annually. It'll track all of that stuff for us, so we're not tracking again on a spreadsheet, which is currently what we're doing. They also threw in the searchable safety data sheets module, which I think will be helpful, especially for like in our lab. There's safety data sheets that we need to have them at our fingertips. And with this program, they really will be. I'm not sure if our emergency or our Damon, can't remember what his title is, but I'm wondering, you know, if he also would be interested in looking at, you know, the safety plan management, and we can make him an administrator also. Health and Human Services has roughly around 90 employees. I've set the thing for 150, so we have room to grow, because of my fear is if we kept it at the low number and then we grew, then that they would raise the price on us. So I locked the price in for 36 months. Jeff from our legal has approved the contract. I sent that with the packet and terms with some information that he is asking us to look at. So I will be responsible for tracking the contract and the terms of service. I will be responsible to ensure all of our employees who are utilizing MedTrainer go through a training regarding the terms of service, as Jeff suggested in his email. And if we decide not to renew the contract after 36 months, then I will make sure I do it in the appropriate time, because you got to do it 30 days before the actual renewal. So I will utilize MedTrainer, hopefully, to track all them dates. One of the last things is they request payment to be by credit card or ACH or reverse ACH payments. And I'm not sure if this is possible. Have I forgotten anything, or do you guys have any questions?
No, I was going to look at Kim, but she's not at her desk right now, but we can get that answer for you on the ACH credit card issue, Pam. But I just want to say, wow, this is a great tool for you, especially because you're dealing with compliance and trying to figure out, you know, when does so-and-so need their next update? When does this need to be done? And if everything's done on paper, that gets tedious.
Yes.
And so
Hey,
this
Kath.
will be a great tool for you. Yeah.
Kim had her hand up.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Kim, go ahead.
I'm laying on the beach. That's why you can't see me. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right, you're
Oh, I get it.
tanning.
We will work with them to get the, we'll probably do ACH or something, so we'll work with them.
Okay, very good.
Sweet. I think you did a great job here, Pam. Even negotiating and getting a hold of other tribes to see how it's working. And I just think it's a great tool for you. Awesome tool, especially that's not an expensive price. That's a really good price.
Yep, I think so.
I like the room for growth too. You really thought this out well, and I want to commend you on your work with this. It's awesome.
I just had a question too for Pam.
Huh?
Is this only for the health services building, Pam?
Well, that's what we're looking at, but you know, with 150 users, it doesn't have to be strictly the health clinic.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why I suggested maybe Damon wants to look at that safety plan management and also the safety data sheets, which I think would be, you know, helpful for maybe your maintenance department also. So yeah, and that's why I requested 150 users.
Yeah, I know he would, because I know that he was doing a training on some stuff for the buildings and stuff, and that's his next project coming. So I'll make sure he gets in touch with you.
Oh, definitely. Yep. And then what I can do is make him an administrator and then give him so many slots for his staff. If he has staff.
Oh, you don't have no staff. But,
okay.
No, but this is great.
Right.
Good. And it's all online, which is nice. You know, it's like paper is kind of getting a little bit obsolete, but you know, especially with the pandemic, it really brought the online stuff way up to the front. Computers.
Yep, definitely.
Any questions for Pam?
Yes. Pam, can you let us know, give us updates on the training and how it's going?
Yep, I certainly can, Shane.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, if no other questions, I'll call for a motion to approve the sole source request for agreement for MedTrainer, learning management and compliance software in the amount of $1,350 for a period of 36 months.
No, Kathy.
Oh, what? What?
It's $1,350 monthly.
Monthly.
Which comes to $1,620 annually.
Okay, $1,620 annually, but for 36 months, correct?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, we have that motion.
Move.
Moved by Shane. Where's my, okay. Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Come on, guys.
I know. Thank you for saying that. Second by Travis. I always say it. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried.
I tried to
Give me a
move
good-
it.
Thank you. Thanks, you guys.
Okay, and next we have, next we have Pam Hughes with the Wilder survey. Hi, Pam.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, today I have a resolution as the next Minnesota statewide homeless survey is going to be done on October 28th. And we just always do a resolution every year with the Wilder, getting the approval from our council to conduct the survey.
Pam, how do they do the survey? Do they do it door to door? Do they mail it? What?
No, we normally have places available in Nett Lake and Vermilion. And we, they get a gift card for participating. We normally have, like fruit trays and veggie trays and stuff available. This year, what we want to do is even try to reach out by phone, texting people and stuff. We kind of know where people are doubling up, out in the streets, stuff like that. So our plan this year is to do more outreach
Okay. I know
to
that,
reach people.
I know that the definition of homelessness is basically someone that's, you know, like you said, doubling up, tripling up in a home. You know, the long-term homelessness is like, what, is it 3 years?
Yes,
The
4
long-
times in 3 years.
4 times in 2 years. So there's different data, but we need that data for grants and funding to help deal with the issue. I'll read the resolution. I'll just go start from the third whereas. The Bois Forte Reservation Tribal Council supports the study of homelessness on Minnesota reservations, including Bois Forte, to be performed by Wilder Research as part of the 2021 Reservation Homeless Survey, which is part of an ongoing reservation homeless survey conducted every 3 years since 2006 and is a companion to the 2021 statewide homeless survey. And whereas by Resolution 72, 2018, Bois Forte RTC previously supported and authorized the participation of the band in the 2018 Reservation Homelessness Survey conducted by Wilder Research. And whereas the Bois Forte Reservation Tribal Council will have ownership of the information collected on the Bois Forte Reservation, and whereas the Bois Forte RTC agrees to share statistical information collected with other participating tribal governments for the purposes of creating and releasing a report summarizing homelessness on all participating reservations. And whereas the Bois Forte Reservation Tribal Council wishes to use the information collected in current and future efforts to address homelessness on the reservation, including but not limited to the following potential efforts: securing additional grant funding, planning new efforts and programs to address homelessness, tracking changes in homelessness over time, updating existing efforts and programs to reflect current conditions of homelessness. Now therefore be it resolved that the Bois Forte Reservation Tribal Council hereby supports participating in the study of the homelessness and authorizes data collection and aggregation of the data with that of other participating tribes to be completed by Wilder Research, and public release of the aggregate report following input and approval from the housing directors and other stakeholders from other participating tribes. So basically the data will be ours. We've been doing it since 2018 to address the issue and look for funding. Pam,
Yeah, the information from reservations is not shared. You know,
Okay.
they kind of do a breakdown of stuff because it was in our last survey, which was 2018. And on the 6 reservations, there were 1,138 people that were experiencing homelessness. And then there were 1,177 that people were experiencing near homelessness. So there were a total number of 2,315 people, and the average age was 37.
And who handles the urban area then? Is that the state?
Yes, but that is a question we have asked. If we can have surveys available at our urban offices. And
Okay.
Wilder is very good at working with us because I know both Tammy Moreland, who is from Mille Lacs, we actually we will review the survey once again before it comes out. And I know in 2018 we made some changes on that survey because we did not feel it was culturally appropriate, and Wilder went ahead and made those changes. So we will once again review it and give our input. So yeah, that is because we've all asked that, all the reservations have. And I would think that yes, we're going to be able to get surveys to like the Duluth office, the Minneapolis office, and even International Falls for our band members up there.
Good, because there seems to be a higher number of natives in homelessness situations in the urban areas. And I just want to ensure that hopefully they're counted.
Yeah, yeah. Because we are, our Native Americans are probably the highest rate of homelessness. You know what, I think we represent 1.7% of the population in Minnesota, but yet our numbers are one of the highest in homelessness. Same thing with substance use and out-of-home placements, and it all goes hand in hand. Because, you know, even every year, you know, because there's certain questions asked, but we get a breakdown of it. And in 2018, the rates for substance use, whether it was alcohol, meth, heroin, fentanyl, some of them were tripled from the year before. Mm-hmm.
It's sad that we lead in all that bad area. It'd be nice
Yep.
to lead in a good area, so.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we will. But okay, any questions for Pam on the resolution? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve the resolution to, for the Wilder 2021 survey.
Move.
Moved by Chief. Oops. Is there a second?
Second.
Oops, second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Good job, Pam.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
Pam.
Okay, next we have Kim Greiner with a voluntary agreement with HUD.
Good morning.
Morning, Kim. Are you off the beach now?
Yeah, I was getting sunburned.
Okay.
Okay, so before you have a voluntary agreement with HUD, and you are, I have been in communication with you that we're behind on our audits, which we're currently working on. I'm just trying to find my agreement in case we have questions on it. And our funding agencies know this. And so HUD asked us to enter into a voluntary agreement to ensure that we will be done with our audit by June. I'm trying to think of the date. It's in June. It's towards the beginning of June. And if we don't have our audit done by then, HUD will come and do their own audit of HUD funds. So that's basically what we're agreeing to. But we have been working a lot the last 2 weeks on the audit with the auditors. And this has been reviewed by Jeff. It's just a voluntary agreement, that's all it is.
Trying to see if I don't see the June date in here, Kim.
I know, it was in the first draft.
I see something says June 18th.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, yeah, June 18th.
Yep.
Okay.
On that fourth whereas.
Okay.
Yeah. So you think we'll have no problem meeting that deadline?
No, we've made a lot of, we've gotten through the two big areas in the last 2 weeks, so.
Okay. Any questions for Kim? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve the voluntary agreement with HUD, voluntary compliance agreement.
Move.
Moved by Chief. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Travis. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Thanks, Cam. Good job.
Be good, Kim.
Next, we have Robbie Goggle with the Duluth Urban Office lease.
Yeah, we just, I got this from Wendy. It's the commercial lease for the Damiano Center for the urban office.
It's for July 1, 21 through June 30, 22. Is it the same amount?
I believe it is.
Monthly rent is $543. Okay.
Kim?
Any questions?
Yeah, can I get a copy of the lease? Because Wendy had called me yesterday and St. Louis County is asking for her to pay some property taxes for that. I have to get the I never got back to Wendy yesterday after I talked to Jeff, but we need to get what St. Louis County sent to Wendy and then the copy of our lease. So if I can get a copy of that, that would be wonderful.
Yeah,
Okay.
we.
All right.
Trying to see if it says, I don't see anything about taxes on the lease, but anyway. Um, we'll give Kim a copy of the lease and get Jeff to look at it and see what that issue is, because there's nothing within the lease regarding taxes, so. It includes a phone, Wi-Fi and rent, so that's $653 a month. Total.
You think that'd be on the Damiano Center?
That's what I would say. Because it doesn't say anything. It just sounds like insurance, utilities, rent, the term, indemnification, default, inhabitability, authority.
It's not the Damiano Center that's trying to charge her the rent. It's St. Louis County is coming back and trying to charge the tenants, or excuse me. It's not the Damiano Center charging them taxes. It's St. Louis County is trying to charge the individual tenants property tax.
Yes, I know that, but what I'm saying is that you think Damiano would be the one paying the taxes, not us.
Yeah, and that's what we just got to work backwards. You know, I just found out about it yesterday.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, we'll look into that, but and for now, we do need this lease in place for Wendy to work. So we'll get back on that tax issue. Kim will get with Jeff and Wendy. Do we have a motion to approve the contract or the Damiano Center commercial lease
Move.
for the Duluth Urban Office? Moved by Chief. Is there a second? Was that Chief or Trav?
That was Trav.
Oh, motion made by Trav. Oh, geez. Seconded by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. You're too slow, Chief. Okay, next we have Robbie Goggle with a contract between St. Louis County and Bois Forte Fire Department for St. Louis County to purchase fire protections for unorganized townships within the county. That's a long sentence.
Right. Yeah. So what happened was Greeny Roush Silverdale officially closed their doors for that section down on the map there. There's a map included. So what had happened between the county and the three neighboring fire departments, us, Orr, and Bearville, we decided to expand our service area. And it went to Jeff and stuff. Jeff had to make a couple of changes in there for sovereign immunity and stuff. But there's two sections on the map that are, one is the current and one is the new expected, or we taking the east side and then we'd take the northwest and Bearville would take the southern side. Basically, our service area would expand all the way to the Christensen area, that old store there.
Okay. That's a huge area.
Yeah, and for the last couple of years, we talked to Greeny Roush in our meetings, and they've only averaged maybe 1 or 2 calls a year for a fire. They did want us to provide a first responder for like ambulance stuff, but the ambulance area will be covered by Orr.
Okay.
And the fire department, we don't do the first responding on that section of it, the medical. So this is just basically for fire services.
Okay. Sad to see smaller services are, ending.
Yeah, they only had actually three people on staff. So they held on for a long time and they just couldn't do it no more. So we're just trying to help out.
Any questions or comments on the contract between St. Louis County and Bois Fork Fire Department? Now I'll call for a motion to approve that contract.
Move.
Uh-oh, rock, paper, scissors.
Trav.
Second.
Shane.
Hold on.
Move.
Who did the first move?
Trav.
Travis. Seconded by
Shane.
Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye. Goodness.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Good job, Rob.
Move.
Oh, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Move.
Moved by Chief. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Everybody, please be safe. We know that there's an uptick in Minnesota and it's young people. They have expanded the vaccines now to 16 and up. We unfortunately are not able to do that at our clinic, so please reach out to your local clinics or pharmacies that you know. Everybody get vaccinated. There is a new variant in the country that affects younger people more than and it travels faster. But, you know, we're still in the pandemic, so we still should mask up, still practice those safety protocols, hand sanitizer, social distancing, avoid large gatherings, but it'll get better, hopefully, and we'll get through this and get back to whatever is going to be considered the new normal. But we want to thank everybody for joining us today, and we hope you all have a nice spring. So far, it's starting. The snow's gone, and netting has started, so spring is here, and we do need some rain for the fire danger, but everybody have a good week, and look forward to seeing you again. Ika Wabaman.
Waterman.
Are we done?